In this Corecon training video, we're going to continue our previous exploration of contact management features. Specifically, we're going to address how to import advanced information into Corecon for companies and contacts in the contact management module. I'm going to use the same import template from the last training video and make some alterations. But if you don't have that information, you can also go to Contact Management and Actions, and you can export the information already in your company and contact database into an Excel spreadsheet. This is the Excel spreadsheet we used in the last training video. We imported 3 companies, 4 contacts. One of the companies had 2 contacts. That was a project owner or customer. We also imported a vendor, supplier, or subcontractor, and also an architect. We're going to import some additional information, and there's a lot of this I don't necessarily need, so I'm going to take out the information over to that point, and we're going to add a few fields. First of all, one of these email addresses is incorrect, and I want to correct it as part of the import. So I'm going to go back to my help article, and we're going to pull in this field, contact display name. We'll paste that as a column heading. Contact I need to correct is the email address for this contact. That email address should have been Allegro. So we're going to correct that email address. I also want to add a few classifications. The first one I'm going to add is company types. So I'm just going to highlight that column heading, and I'm going to paste that right here. While I'm at it, I'm also going to use my master cost code list to create default cost codes. We're going to import one other classification or categorization of companies, and we'll come back to how to label that column heading in a few minutes. Now, the information that I can import must already exist in my global settings. So I'm going to go back to global settings, go to feature settings, contact management. The first company on that import template is a project owner. So I'm going to go ahead and import that as a company type. Notice that there's no space between the word types and division. That company types, which has a space between, matches what Corecon is calling this classification or categorization list. I also have one here called customer, so I'm going to copy that. Since it's the same company, I'm going to add it, so we're going to import 2 classifications or company types. The next one on the list is a supplier. And the next one is an architect. So I'm just putting in company types as defaults so that these companies are easier to find, sort, search, filter, group, and subtotal. Now, the next column is my master cost code list. And it's a little different than the way Corecon listed it in that help article. So I'm going to go to my master cost code lists, and the one that I use is CSI. It has a space and then 2016. So I'm going to change these 2 column headings to include that. Instead of 2004, it's 2016. And again, there's no space between the year and the word division or the word major. While I'm here, I'm also going to create another classification based on this custom list of subcontractor qualifications. But I also have to put the word division behind that without a space. So one of these, the vendor that's on my list, is a veteran-owned business. So I'm going to copy that, and I need to paste that in there exactly as it appears in my global settings. I also need to add a few from my master cost code list. So we're going back to 2016, and the customer I'm going to list two different ways, only at the division level. The subcontractor, however, we're going to list three ways. So they're all division 10. And to do this, I'm going to need to add a few lines. I need to copy down the company name. And all three are division 10. We're going to add defaults for 1020, 1021, and 1022. Notice there's space in between each one of those sets of numbers, but there is no space before or after. We're also going to do the same thing for the architect. So we're going to go back out to our master cost code list at the division level. We're going to go to division 1. So that's division 1. And the major cost code is 0133. I'm going to make a note that the spreadsheet tab is called sheet 1. There's no space between the word sheet and 1. And I'm in the older file format, which is Microsoft Excel 97 to 2003. I'm going to close the file, go back to the active companies, over to actions, and import from Excel. I'm going to choose the file. Here's the one we just updated, and click open. You can see all 6 records imported. Let's go see what happened. Back to contact management. And you'll remember that we just imported 2 company types. One was called owner, one was called customer. We did that on 2 different lines. We imported 2 default cost codes back to our company list. Next one was Allegro. In this case, we went to the contact, and because we included the display name for Harold Allegro, which can also be found here in the spreadsheet, we were able to update or correct the email address. If we go back to the company and scroll down to the classifications, we also added a company type for supplier and 3 default cost codes. The third company was called Supreme Design. If we open that, in the previous video we imported the payment terms. In this video we imported a company type called Architect and a CSI 2016 cost code for submittal procedures. If you'd like to know more about the information in this training video, we encourage you to go to the help articles under Contact Management and review the articles on importing from Excel, as well as other training videos that are associated with this subject.